please welcome back director Michael Barnett. And we'll bring a few other folks onto the stage right now. Theodore James, who's the producer, come on down. We've got Will and Vanessa Halby and Pete Halby from Zeno. Pete Lazarus, the director of the short film that was in the documentary. And some of the cast are also in attendance. Alec Bandler, George Blankenship, George, are you around? And AJ Murray. Come on in. Questions. If you do have a question, please raise your hand. I know there are a few people also on the balcony. Just shout out if we can't see you. I guess I'm just wondering how the project came about. So like what drew you to Zeno?
I had a good friend, Susie Baird, who was in the film, who I've known for many, many years. She's a comedian. And she had been volunteering for probably 4 years or so. She's been around a while. And she kept saying to me, I want you to come around. I want you to like be a part of this. And I always found an excuse for some reason. I don't know why. And I finally went to a premiere. They have these huge premieres. They've made a bunch of films, as you've seen in our film. And I finally went to a premiere at the Avalon, and there was like over 1,000 people there, and it was huge. And I saw a wonderful film. And I ended up at camp the very next day and just started talking to them and asking questions. And then about a year went by, and what they do is it's very private. So we just kind of talked, and I think once they realized that they could actually trust me, and my intentions, I think, were just to share their story, they let me in.
Did you trust him?
Yeah.
I actually have a question for the cast too. I know that some of you want to continue acting, or maybe you don't. Could you tell us why or why not?
Hi guys. My name is George, and I am lucky to be a part of this wonderful camp, and my favorite part was when I got shot, and I was playing this drunk guy in the movie.
I think AJ's a good guy to answer this question.
AJ, do you want to continue acting? Why or why not?
Yes, I definitely want to continue acting. First, I want to say, evening, Vancouver. Thanks so much for coming out. We really appreciate the support, and I'm glad. I hope you really enjoyed the film. Yes, I would love to continue acting and continue honing and sharpening my skills. I'm going to continue acting with Zeno Mountain Farm. Probably the next acting thing that I will do will be next summer at our summer program, which is our base program. In Vermont, we do a musical every year. We do a play, and so I get to act and perform in theater. And then hopefully, at some point, we will do our next film, which is will be our first full-length 2-hour feature film. And So that's what I'm going to be working on. In the meantime, we're going to be traveling around with the doc, and I don't know if there's anyone out there, but if there are any agents, or if you know anybody in your family that's an agent or can get me a talent deal, hello, Vancouver.
Excellent. And are you going to keep acting?
Yes. And I love this movie and love my people here. And I love this movie. Yes.
I think these guys all love this movie also. Any questions? Comments? Yes, please, in the far back wheelchair. So the question was, what about writers with disabilities, and did we include one?
Yeah, that's a great question. And in Hollywood, I like for the scope, I agree with. There's very few people represented. I will say with our film, like the writing is the way we do it is we come up with sort of a template for the movie, and we put together a script. But the script, like anyone will tell you, it's very loose, and everybody who's in the film deserves writing credit for our film, Bulletproof. It's so much you could probably see from some of the scenes, like some things are come up right on set. We change things constantly. So pretty much everything that's involved in the films that we make is entirely integrated. Not for PC reasons, but just because we are just a community and everybody contributes, and that's just the way it ends up. So.
Yeah. And then there was another one right there. Yeah. Tracy? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we do it all ourselves. I mean, we are a production team. We don't shop out. We make the whole movie for about $25,000, and that includes all of us living together for 2 weeks, food, I mean, everything. I mean, and so, yeah, we're all entirely, integrated in it. Some of the specialized things, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like, yeah, we could shop out and sort of be more inclusive, but our mission is to just sort of stay together as a group and do everything that we can together. Certainly George is a technically savvy guy who jumps on camera a lot. We have a lot of sound guys doing. Alec did a lot of sound on Bulletproof, and then so did Pete and everybody. I mean, we're a film team, and we grab people when they're available to do things. So we try not to be like, oh, let's make sure this person. We're a big family. Camp is just this sort of community of friends, and everybody's pitching in all the time for everything. Cooking and I mean everything. It's not just the film too.
I just want to add to that. Like, I want to say at camp, like, it's all free for all. Like, like we're involved. And one of the things that I think about is like, so none of us are paid. So, but we all totally get a professional experience. And like I said, it's an all free-for-all. Like, everybody is involved in everything. So we all kind of workshop the script. We also are involved in costuming, and we scout locations. So we're all tied together. It's extremely communal. And even if I were on a professional set, getting paid lots of money, hopefully one day, I think that the greatest thing about Xeno is like, we're all on the set together. So if I was on a professional set, like perhaps I would be finished with my scene and I would be in a trailer. Well, with Xeno, that doesn't happen because, we're all doing it all together. And so I feel like as a professional actor, hopefully producer, I'm learning every facet what it's like to make a film. And so we're all included.
It's a very independent spirit. Yeah. Oh, the question was, is there a concept for next year's film already?
Yeah. Well, we want to make a feature. We've been cutting our teeth for 10 years with these short form films, and we really want to go big. And so conceptually, bigger, full length feature. We'd like to make a movie that everyone in America sees. I mean, that's our goal. Thank you.
And Canada.
Yeah. And Canada. North America. So we are. Yeah. So conceptually we're thinking about another Western, like a full feature Western.
Feature Western. Yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, we don't spend a lot of time talking about diagnoses. We're not experts on disabilities, but there are people at camp that, as I understand it, do have psychiatric disabilities. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, it's a very diverse community. But again, we don't say like we need to have this person. We're an organic family. We've been together for a long, long time. But yes, absolutely. I mean, we're not discriminatory, obviously.
Thank you very much.
Are there any other models like Zeno out there, or like how did the model of Zeno come about?
How did this come about? Zeno come about?
Yeah, just like the model of the organization.
I haven't seen. I spent a lot of time trying to find something like Zeno out there. I haven't found it. I think we're unique in the way that we don't charge anyone or nobody pays, so there's not sort of this service. There's not a staff-client kind of relationship. The whole sort of team approach, the way we do it, I haven't seen. And how did it come about? I think we all just we met over the years and started saying we should do something big. Let's get together and make a movie. And literally it was like a smaller group, and the group just kind of kept growing. And you sort of saw how it evolved to where we are now. But I've known George and Alec, and Will's my brother. I've known him a long time. And we all just kind of kept going.
I'm sure there were some. Oh, there's a question there. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, this film just is happening. So we did Good Pitch, which is it's a big forum every year ran by Sundance and BritDoc, and we did that last November. And they bring sort of a lot of foundations and a lot of philanthropic organizations together. I don't know, there were hundreds of people in the room. So we pitched the project then, and now that the film is finally finished, I mean, it's like hot off the press. We're going to now start reaching out to everybody. So I'd love to answer that question, but it's at the very beginning of our journey.
Yes, please.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think we all have evolved. You can go back and see some of our movies, actually, and see how we've evolved. Yeah, certainly. Practice, for sure.
Can we see them online, the movies?
What's that?
Can we see them?
You want to drop that one?
Yeah, so we have here, we have copies of Bulletproof for everybody.
Hey.
And they're free. So no, we want you all to see Bulletproof because I think it would be really fun after seeing the doc to see the thing. And this actually has all of our movies on it. I think there's like 10 other movies. So yeah, like Pete's saying, you can see the evolution. The one thing we do ask is that there's an envelope in here, and as you know, like we're a nonprofit, we do everything, and just quick, there's an envelope in here, and if you like the movie, send us a check. And just pay it forward.
Amen.
Yeah. And then we can keep making movies. If you don't like the movie, don't worry about it. But yeah, please come up maybe right here, and we'll just take them. Absolutely.
Any other thoughts? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's you.
I just sort of fell into it. Personally, I taught adaptive sports down from Boston, and just love that, and love sort of the people that I met through that, and then obviously my wife is involved, so it's sort of the four of us run Zeno, and I think we all have different reasons, but we're in it because we love it, and it's so much fun, and we love the community.
In the back there. The question was for AJ. How did you feel? What was it like to see yourself on screen?
It felt like right now I feel euphoric. It felt really, really good. But the most important thing is I thought that I would be nervous and couldn't really focus on the movie because it's like I don't really like my voice, and do I look good in the film? And am I gonna look spastic? But the wonderful thing about the film is the story is so powerful. I just got enthralled in the film, so I feel like I'm looking at it just as a regular audience member because the film is very. I got enthralled in it, and it's very emotional. But I'm not looking at it as myself saying, "Oh, look at me! I'm so great." I'm just it's just a good story, and so I forgot that, hey, it's me, and because you just forget about it because it's a great story, and I'm just very, very. I have so much gratitude for Mikey Barnett and the team. So thank you.
Speaking of the team, there's a few more people with the production in the audience.
There's a bunch of peeps here. I think everyone involved in the film and in Zeno, stand up, please. They deserve it. A lot of people worked hard. Brandon, Jeffrey,
Round of applause
everybody.
for those guys.
TJ, our editor. Michael Mahaffey. Yeah. Yeah, there's so much heart and soul and generosity in this room that went to getting this film made. It's just,
Yeah, I imagine the logistics of moving this many people for every
Yeah.
event
There's still more people coming in. We have another screening, and I think, we're doing, how many people are coming total? Yeah. 30. So in the spirit of how Zeno rolls, 30 people are getting up here, and we're doing kind of a West Coast RV trip with 5 or 6 RVs back to LA for, just to rock it hard with everyone.
You guys should all come. Come on, let's go.
We got a big umbrella.
Did the guy marry the girl he got engaged to in the film?
No. I think he might be engaged to someone else now.
He's a crooner. Up in the balcony?
Well, thank you for coming out.
Thank you. Yes?
Yeah, I just want to say, AJ, I really like your kind of reflective, I guess, words that you said throughout the film. I really appreciate that. I kind of almost feel like it kind of pieces the entire story together from the beginning, when you talk about that story with your mom, with the end. So this question is kind of direct back to Michael again. How was it? How did it unfold for you as a filmmaker? From the start until because I wasn't sure whether that interview with AJ was shot afterwards or beginning. How was it for you as that process unfolded? Which film? I mean, which interview? The film, the interview at the end where he gets really emotional is the last day of camp. So it's the end of our film because it's very sad to leave camp. It's sad for everybody. So, yeah, a lot of that stuff was, I don't know. I went to Atlanta at one point and we sat down for like 7 hours and just talked for a long time, just he and I. So, and that was after the film was done. It was months and months after, and I had some time to kind of come back and reflect and think about what the film was going to be about. When I started this film, I thought it was just going to be, a film about filmmaking, and it became something else completely to me. So yeah, I don't know. We went and I don't know how many times have we interviewed? A lot. We sent this little clip around recently of AJ because it was just we needed like a couple of bites, and it was this when was it, August or whenever it was, just this last August. And every time I'd ask him something, and he was frustrated because he's like, we've already gone through this, and we put this little clip around. I asked him something, he's like, I thought I said this shit already, and we just and then we sent it out to everybody just to.
He called me a diva.
So yeah, the whole process for me, I had never had any experience with disability before I came to this. So yeah, it changed my life.
That's probably a good place to stop. Look, a standing ovation. So maybe we can bring those out to the
Get
atrium
a DVD.
and
Get a DVD.